Guys, we're back. Okay. This is kind of getting absurd at this point, but every single week we're having multiple clients showing up and wanting to be here to share their stories on their results in the program, man. This is what I've been dreaming of since I don't even know how long. I became a personal trainer back in 2014. This is what I've been dreaming of for over a decade. So I have another client here with us today, Mr. Patrick Reynolds Jr., and he's here to share his honest feedback with the program, with his results, how he's looking, how he's feeling. And so, Patrick, why don't we start out with a little bit more info about you so people can get some kind of background on you, right? Like, what do you do for work? Obviously, the title of this podcast here is Looking Better, Feeling Better, and Inspiring His Team. So tell us a little bit about kind of you, your home life, your family life, your work, just a little bit more information about Patrick, bro. Let's start there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to start, like I'm a dad first, you know what I mean, and a husband. Um,
Yeah.
the three kids, love all three kids, want them to do better, want them to be healthier, happier.
Yeah.
And I coached my two boys in baseball, for all
Mhm.
kinds of years. So I have a bunch of other branches of little, kids that I coach that I still stay in contact with.
Right.
Job wise, I'm in the movie industry. I'm a transportation coordinator for the motion pictures here in New
Awesome.
Mexico.
Yeah.
So that's what I do for a living. Done it for 30
Yeah, man.
years.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. I didn't know it was that long. That's wicked, dude. Very, very
Yeah.
cool. All right, man. So
Yeah.
obviously everybody's seeing kind of what's on the left-hand side here, the photo and all that. What I want you to do is before we get into where you're at now, let's talk a little bit about your challenges, right? Like when we first met back in December, so it's been about 7 months, 6 or 7 months. What would you say were the things that you were struggling with your health and fitness, and how long were you struggling with them before we started working together?
Well, I was 255,
Mhm.
and just a slob and carrying all that weight, tired, went to the
Mhm.
doctor. Doctor wanted to get me on sleep apnea machines, wanted me to take cholesterol medicine and all that stuff. And I wasn't having it. So I told him I'm going to
Yeah,
lose weight. And they all laughed
yeah,
at me. So I
yeah.
started working out, started following you on Instagram. You
Mhm.
sent me a message. I thought you were a robot. It was probably the second or
Yep.
third one that you sent. And then I took the
Yeah.
meeting and listened to what you had to say, and just fell in love with the whole program. You give the workouts, so you make it stupid proof, where you just click, you got the link to where you can see, if you don't know what you're doing, you have a video to follow.
Yep.
You set up all the nutrition where, again, you make it stupid proof, like I can eat this, I can't eat that, I plug it in.
Mhm.
And now I've gotten to where I don't even plug it in there anymore, because I just know
Yeah, I
what I
love
can
it.
do and what I can't do.
Yep.
But the one big thing for me is I played sports in high school. Like I say, I coached. So it's the competitiveness that you have in the brotherhood, and the accountability that you had in the brotherhood, that
Right.
sold me on the whole program. Like, I didn't want to
Yeah.
let those guys down. I didn't want to get shown up by those guys, and I didn't want to let
Yep.
those guys down. So
Damn
so I
straight.
took
Yep.
it, was running it. I was like, I'm not going to be the guy that gains weight. I'm going to be the guy that shows up 2 to 3 pounds every Friday to say,
Yeah.
looky here.
Yep. I love that, man. That's so cool. And that's the thing too, right? Is like having that competitive nature, and like it's like a friendly competition, but at the same time, like you got guys in there that are really like, man, I want to be the best, and that
Yep.
kind of brings out, especially when so many of my clients are ex-athletes. And what I always say about an ex-athlete is if you ever played sports ever, especially a team sport, ever in your life, even if it was combat sports and you were doing one-on-one, whatever it is, wrestling, whatever, if that competitive instinct has ever been inside of you, you just need something to bring it back out. That's it.
Yep.
Right. And so that brotherhood brought it back out of you, man, which is phenomenal. Now, what were some of the things that we implemented early on in your fitness journey when we started out that started you seeing results? And then kind of explain as well how we progress things, to help you lose consistently 2 pounds per week.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I was heavy. So my knees, I've had ACL surgeries and all that stuff. So you set me up where I didn't have legs. I don't think I did legs until February,
Yeah.
until I started to shred some of that Teletubby to be able to do the squats and do that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, again, you worked with everything I had, you know what I mean? You gave me the hits, you gave me the other stuff to work around legs, to still build legs without, damaging knees and, I had lower back pain. I mean, look at, you can see all that extra weight I was carrying was, everything was hurting, right?
Right.
So by
Right.
going slow like you had me, I mean, I don't think I did an OMAD until, gosh, May. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was still able to eat, still lose the weight, still do all that
Yep.
stuff, and start, dropping, 2 to 3 pounds a week is what I was going.
Yep. Yeah, man. And no, and that's the thing too, right? Is once everything starts working together, the training, the nutrition, as well as the mindset too. We'll talk about that in a minute. But when everything starts working together, the results are like clockwork, man. It's like boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. You get to see that coming, which is phenomenal. Now, why don't we explain the photo, man? It's the elephant in the room. You know what I mean? Why don't you tell the people who are watching right now what were the physical results you were able to achieve?
Well, just like I say, losing 65 pounds on that front end, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
was huge.
Yeah,
I'm in New Mexico, so we got Mexican food. So it's green
yeah,
chili, red chili, tortillas, sopapillas, the whole bit. And that's what
yeah,
you get when you start eating all that stuff. So
yeah,
cutting all that stuff
yep,
out, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
having that one cheap meal where you can still do a little bit of that, so you don't
yeah.
lose that flavor.
Mhm.
Is what it all started with. And like I say,
Right.
just the competitiveness of holding me account, guys holding you accountable and not wanting to be shown up is
Yeah.
is what drove all of that.
I
Now
love
I
it,
have
man.
no
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
no knee pain, no back pain. Every now and
Yeah.
then I get some
Yeah.
shoulder pain just because I'm trying to push too hard to get looking like you know,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
and working
Right.
that out. I mean, even the elbow, like you and I had talked about the elbow, and I hit you up with I think it was that peptide BB157 or what it was, you
BPC
know.
157. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and you turned me on to that, and within 2 weeks, elbow was good, and I was plugging
Yeah.
away again. So,
I love it, man. And that's the thing, right? We got to have solutions, right?
hmm
I'm a solution oriented dude. Like if it doesn't solve a problem, I don't want to fucking focus on it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I'm focused on solving problems. That's my life. That's my job. So I'm glad that
yeah.
we were able to solve it with you. My question is, what hidden benefits did you receive from the program? We just talked about the physical benefits and physical transformation. What other benefits and what other things have you noticed from going through this transformation, bro?
Well, I mean, you got, your kids and I have grandkids. I have two grandkids. So they used to come
Yeah.
and play the bongo on that front side. You know what I mean? Thinking it was a fun thing to play
Yeah.
with. And
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
and now they're wrapping their arms around it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you're able to run and chase them around in the grass and teach them how to
Mhm.
play baseball and so on and so forth.
Right.
Getting, coworkers, I mean, I turned you on to one of the coworkers, saw me
Yep.
the other day,
Michael.
and
Mhm.
yeah, he kept on staring at me like he was like obsessed with me. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
and he's like, I
Yeah.
want to know,
Yeah. Yeah.
how did you
Yeah.
do this? They thought I was on the jab. They thought all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I gave him
Yeah.
your link, so he can do the same thing.
He's really
Kids,
excited too, man.
yeah,
He's halfway in his first week and he's freaking loving things, man.
yeah. He's
So that's
texting
great.
me every day, like texting me his food that he's eating and asking me
Yeah.
questions
Yeah.
on this lift. Yeah, but yes, he is
Yeah.
super stoked. He's
That's
a
awesome,
competitive
man.
guy
Really,
too.
really cool. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, and guys people can see the title, obviously, like you're inspiring your team. I want to touch base on that a little bit because a lot of people don't realize that getting in shape has a ripple effect on the people that you care about, and on the people who rely on you, right? People who rely on you being your team, people you care about being your family. So touch base on that a little bit on how this journey has helped you actually inspire the people around you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, coaching kids for all those years, they see you and they're like, you're a different person, and so
Yep.
they get into the gym. Like, my youngest son, we made a bet, who was going to get to 210 first. Well, I beat him,
Yep.
but
And how old
he's
is he?
going
How
to
old is he?
he's going into college. He's going to be playing ball at GCU. So
Yeah,
he'll be an incoming
but how
freshman.
old is he? Give me the
He's
age. Give me the
18.
age.
He's
He's 18.
18.
And how old are
Yeah.
you? And how old are you?
I'm 50. I'm 50.
Okay.
So
I like it, man. That's
he still
amazing.
isn't at 210 yet. He's at 207. He's still not at
Yeah.
210. And I'm at 191. So
Yeah. That's wild, man. I love it. Well, dude, and that's the thing too, right? Is that ripple effect is so huge. You don't know how many lives you touch, really. You know what I mean? With your actions, the things that you say, the work that you do, we all touch a lot of lives. And so if
Yeah.
you can bring the best foot forward and be the best version of yourself, it's going to ripple through to everybody else
Yeah.
that knows you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So um, let's talk a little bit about takeaways, man. Like, what were some of your biggest takeaways from the program? As they could be as far as training or concerned, nutrition or mindset. What would you say?
It's the mindset. It's the that even at 50, you can still do this. You know what I mean? I
Totally.
knew I was big. I didn't realize I was that big.
Mhm.
And then you see a picture like this side to side, and you're like, holy shit, who is that guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And in fact, like I said, I was telling you earlier, we went to a graduation party, and one of the kids said, "Where's your other half?" And I said, "Well, my wife, she's right over there." He says, "No, your other half," because I had lost so
Yeah.
much. You know what I mean?
That's crazy,
So
man. Yeah.
you
It's
you
crazy.
getting those guys to where they know, like, oh shit, he can do this. You know what I mean? I can
Mhm.
do this. He
Yeah.
did it. I can do it.
Right.
So
I love that, man. And that's the thing too, right? Is like you're you now know what you need to do. And you said it earlier in the meeting as well. But I guess this blends into my next question, which is, do you feel empowered by the knowledge that you've learned in this program? Like, do you feel like you're going to be able to sustain your results long term, even after the program ends?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm never going to go back to Santa Claus again. You know what I mean? It's just you have it
Yeah.
all laid out, I like I
Yeah.
say, I feel better. I'm not achy,
Yeah.
I'm not like wanting to sleep in. I'm getting up,
Mhm.
I feel energized, like my
Mhm.
bosses, we went on a scout the other day. They're like, "Man, your energy is like off the charts now." And
Yep.
it makes you think,
Yep.
well, shit, was I a slob back then, because I thought I was good at
Yeah.
what I was doing, but now they're like, you're
They
moving.
see you. They see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
cool, man. That is so freaking cool. So, dude, so let's finish it off with this, right? There's going to be lots of people that watch this over the coming years, right? If there's anyone who's seen my content or is currently consuming my content, knows they need help and they want help with their fitness, but they're kind of skeptical. What would you tell that person when it comes to joining the program?
Buy in, give it 6 months, buy in and see what can happen. I mean, you
Yeah.
had one of our brotherhood meetings, and I can't remember the gentleman's name, was struggling with stuff, and I kind of
Mhm.
chimed in and like, dude, I was you. You can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yep.
can you can do it. Just
Yep.
buy in, buckle
Yep.
down, and enjoy the ride. And when you're, 7 months later, you look back at these side to side photos and like, I did that shit.
Yeah, you did.
I
You
did
did.
that shit.
100%, man. And that's the thing. I gave you the tools, but you did the work, bro.
Yeah.
So I want to say now, message to you, my man. I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud of how far you've came. I can't wait to keep working with you. We've got the rest of the year together, man, to
Hmm.
freaking kick ass. So like, dude,
Yeah.
we're not short on time whatsoever. So this is only the midway point. You guys are going to see him potentially again in the future in another interview when we got a third photo. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
you build up the muscle, when you're looking better than ever. So
Yeah.
this is super, super exciting. So I'm really, really proud of you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day as well, bro, to do this meeting. Last thing that I'll say to anybody out there watching, okay, what I typically do with people is before we talk about the program, before anything else, I will sit down and literally help you build out a training and nutrition plan for free that will help you kickstart your fitness goals or take your fitness to the next level. If you want to claim that, depending on where you're watching this, all you have to do is either send me a message on Instagram at Coach Taj, okay, with the word results. Send me the word results. I'll send you all the information. We'll get you set up. The second thing you can do is if you're watching this in my free fitness community, the Mindset and Fitness Brotherhood, all you have to do is just comment the word results on this post or comment it on Facebook, and I'll send you all the information from there, and we'll be able to get you set up, like I said, for free so that you can know what you need to do moving forward. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Patrick, you're a freaking G, man. I'll see you in the next Brotherhood call. We're going to kick some more ass, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, my
All
friend.
right, guys? Take it easy. Thank you so much.